tap in. Tap, tap, 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 tap in.
Welcome to Tap In Tuesday, everybody. It's your girl TT from the D. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope that you had an amazing weekend. I know I did. Now, there was a lot going on, and we are in that season where we're trying to go here, do that, support this person, support that person, support ourselves for those of us that are entrepreneurs. And it's just not enough time in a day. And so I have to put this disclaimer out there, but God is so good. I didn't feel 100% today. And it was just like, God, I'm gonna ready to have my very first interview with this amazing musician. And I just need the energy, Lord. So I came home, I laid down, and I was able to get that energy. And I thank God for that because I wanted to be in tune. I wanted to be hyped. I wanted to be able to enjoy this gentleman because he is just simply amazing. And I can't wait. I'm so excited about this show. I don't know what to tell you to be able to share a clip from an actual live performance that I witnessed that I was at is everything. And I've talked to friends of mine and even some people like inbox me on Facebook, like I don't know. And it's cool. It's cool because I'm a podcaster, whatever. And it's just like this thing that I'm gonna share with you guys is gonna blow your mind. Because I still get crunk looking at it. And I've watched the clip several times. Okay. So you might say, well, who's Randy Scott? So let me show you a couple pictures. And all his pictures are super dope. This one right here, I took it as a sticker. It's a little bit different, right? So look about this. Let me check. Oh, it's so dope. It looks like he's in the scene with me. But this is the new project that's out right now. You can go to what? RandyScottOnline.com to be able to listen. Tonight, we're going to sample a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get you spoiled and get you to fall in love with his aura, his energy, his vibe, his abilities to do what he does is just simply amazing. And I know a lot of dope, amazing musicians. And what's so crazy but beautiful at the same time is that they're like brothers. I've worked with several of the people that he rocks with, and the energy is just phenomenal. So if you are interested in booking this gentleman, look at this. Get your smartphones, take your pictures, right? You should have a camera on your smartphone. If you don't, then your phone is a dumb phone. It's not a smartphone. And for those of you that are Android people, I'm not hating on you. I don't know what that looks like for you in your world. I'm an Apple girl. So go old school. Get you a pen and paper, a crayon, a highlighter, a marker. Ladies, whatever, mascara, whatever we need to do, but get the information. If you want to be able to book Randy Scott, you got to go through these channels, right? There's a chain of command for everything, and be respectful of it because you're definitely going to be entertained if that is what you choose to do. So this gentleman has been all over the globe and he's getting ready to go out. I'm so honored that he fit me in his schedule, right? Because he's getting ready to go out on the road. And I know how that can be. My husband travels abroad as well. And so it's kind of like when somebody says a yes to you, you take that and you like, thank you, Lord. I appreciate that yes. And he's very down to earth. And he didn't have to tell me yes, but he did. And so I'm grateful. And so when I think about all the interviews he's done, I did my research, right? And I was talking with him not too long ago, and I was telling him, like, normally as a podcaster or radio host, whatever we want to call ourselves, talk show, whatever, we can give you the breakdown. That's our job, right? We find who we want to bring to you, and then we do our homework, like, okay, we're gonna talk about that. And in my mind, like, I put it in my mind because I'm like a creative and I love to engage with people like that. And I said, I'm gonna kind of let him tell us about himself. So without any further ado, I'm gonna bring this king to the building for the first time, the one and only Randy Scott.
Hello, everybody.
Get it.
TT, thank you so much for having me. I am so grateful. It's an honor for me to be on your show, and you do a fabulous job.
Oh,
You
I
do.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Indeed, indeed.
Wow, I'm just still like to tell you, like, I've known about you like since the early 2000s. Like,
Oh,
you've been in
wow.
the game. Yeah, you've been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. Me too. So we're not gonna date ourselves. Black don't crack. So
Right,
we look
right.
amazing. Mhm. And God is good when you have a gift that He gives
Yes,
you, and you're able to allow it to evolve and go beyond what you initially think it's going to be.
sure.
Like, when you started out, did you even see or fathom that you were going to be here over 25 years later?
Not well, yes and no.
Okay.
So this all began in the fourth grade for me.
Wow.
So it was time to select an instrument. I wanted to play the drums, but my mother was this huge fan of Grover Washington Jr.
Yes.
And she had all of his records and she was playing them all the time. And she and my dad took me to one of his concerts and it was sold out. He was killing it and the crowd was going nuts. And I was like, that's what I want to do. So that's what really introduced me to saxophone and music. And then when I turned 12, I got a straight A report card, and my reward was to meet him in person. So he was filming this commercial for donating blood to the Red Cross. I took don't ask me why I took my horn to the commercial shoot because I wasn't about to play in front of Grover Washington Jr. as a beginner. And
Okay.
so, but I took it. He ended up using my horn because he forgot his or something. He used my
Wow.
horn in the commercial. We became really good friends from that moment until he passed away. So every time we were in the same city, he would call me and pull me on stage, and we'd be playing Mr. Magic or whatever
Yeah.
at his show. And he is actually the reason why I even ended up in Michigan. I'm from the East Coast,
Wow.
and I had a scholarship to Berkeley in Boston, and I had a scholarship to Michigan State and a few others. And he encouraged me to pursue or to really hone my skills to pursue classical and study classical music and really get the foundation of my tone and technique and all of that. And that was what Michigan State was really strong at that time. So he's why I ended up in Michigan.
Wow.
So, but yeah, that's how it all started.
That's amazing. And I just, I, can, so let me ask you, if
Yeah.
you were in today's time, 2024,
Hmm.
at an event, and you're like, oh my God, I left my instrument at home, and there was a young person like, hey, would you say, I mean, how does that look? Would you say, I know this is gonna be crazy, this is gonna sound weird, but can I borrow your instrument to perform?
Knowing what I know, yes, because I mean, knowing the profound impact he had on my life,
Mhm.
um, then yes, because that for me now, because in addition to being a professional musician, I also teach school, and I've been teaching for 29 years, even though I'm only 29 years old. It doesn't make sense, but anyway.
I know, right?
Uh,
Baby stage.
right. But I feel I've been teaching that long because I had intended to leave maybe 10, 15 years ago. I was going to leave and do music full time, but I realized that God has me in that teaching environment for a reason. It's part of my purpose,
Mm.
to inspire the kids, to help mold them. And it's basically my way of ministering without actually ministering,
Mm.
just in the way that they see me carry myself and dress and act and respond to difficulties. So yeah, to answer your question, if a young kid I was in that same situation, yes, I would certainly ask, can I borrow your horn? And we would develop a relationship, much
Wow.
like me and Grover. So yes.
You know, that's a that's a phenomenal story, unheard of. I think it could be every young or seasoned, let's be
Uh-huh.
clear,
Yes.
young or seasoned musician or artist, performer to be in the space that
Mhm.
someone that they look up to. Like, how did you feel when he used your instrument to perform? How did you feel?
It was like a out of body experiment, because at that time everybody was into Prince and Michael Jackson. I was in the Grover. I mean, Grover was my hero, and I listened to every record. I knew literally every note from every song. I
Wow.
couldn't play them all, but I tried.
Yeah.
And so when I got to meet him, it was just like, it just didn't even feel it felt like I was dreaming. But he was so cool, so down to earth, and he had always been from that first meeting all the way until he passed. He was always just really cool, really generous with his time with me. And I'll never forget, I had a recording session here in Michigan, and he was playing at the Royal Oak Music Theater.
Hmm.
My parents went, and I had this major recording session that I had to do. So my parents went to his show, and they went backstage and all of that. And he said, "Where's the boy?" And they said, "Well, he's in the studio. He's got this really big recording." So he said, "Call him." So they called me. He put him on the phone. He said, "Why are you not here at my show?"
Wow.
I said, "Well, I'm at this." He said, "Get over here." So I stopped the session, drove straight to Royal Oak Music Theater, and went straight on stage and played the whole night, standing
Wow.
on stage next to him. So it was he was an amazing guy, for sure.
Let me tell you this, because you are a man of God, and so you know
Mhm.
about what I'm listening to your conversation, and I hear you talking. Spirits peep spirits. I say that a lot to
Indeed,
people.
indeed.
Okay? And so before he played your instrument at the
Mhm.
concert, you were just a fan, right?
Yes, yes.
Did you ever think one day I'm gonna be friends with him?
No. Ne-
No,
I,
really, no, no. I'm
I,
saying, like,
I
did you?
never thought that. I never thought that. I thought it was just out of my reach for that. To be honest,
Uh huh.
but
And
no, I never thought that.
I say that because I know you've heard this plenty of times. I say it
Mhm.
often. Your gift will make room for you.
Indeed, yes.
Your gift will open up doors
Hmm.
that you can't even fathom that can be opened, nor did you know you wanted to walk through.
True.
When spirits collide and meet, like for instance, perfect example. I met you officially at Demetrius Neighbors concert. Shout out to Demetrius
Oh
Neighbors.
yeah, my
Okay?
boy D.
I knew of you and knew about you, and I'm like, oh my God, so he gonna be on the. I'm like, oh, I gotta meet him. And so, Sunshine, shout out to Sunshine Camila.
Uh-huh.
You did her show not too long ago, and she's like, I'm gonna interview Randy. I
Yes.
was like, really? I said, I'm gonna interview. I ain't even talked to you yet. We haven't even met yet. I manifested that thing. I put it into the atmosphere.
Nice.
And so I watched you. I'm a people watcher because I
Sure.
do a lot. Like, of course, you see me as a podcaster during the day. I'm in HR, and
Wow.
after hours, I do production work. I do stage management. I do all that kind of stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
always watching people. I'm
Hmm.
always watching what's needed
Hmm.
because I
Hmm.
wear a lot of hats.
Hmm.
Watching you interact with your supporters, your fans, your family and friends,
Yes.
you didn't switch up. You stayed the same caliber from when you walked in as a guest,
Sure.
and you I saw what you can do, the damage you can do. But and I'm gonna share that because and shout out to Tim Bowman. That was my first time meeting Tim Bowman.
Nice. Yeah.
Senior, I had the pleasure of working with Tim Bowman Jr. on Peerless Times a couple of years ago.
Yes.
So
Nice.
that was dope. And so I got to talk to him like, hey, I worked with your son before. And he's like, I think I've seen you there. I'm like, you probably did, whatever.
Nice.
So it was nice, but it was just like, even seeing you there, I watched you walk, Randy. I watched you walk up back there. I watched the whole thing. Watched you start getting yourself there. And I was like, I'm gonna go speak to him. I said, no, let him be in his zone. Let him do his thing. And then I saw people coming up and I'm like, okay, he's already interrupted. So now I can go back there, right? I can go back there and just say, hey, I'm looking forward to interviewing you in a couple of weeks. And you kept that same energy all evening long.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So greatness is in you.
Thank
your
you.
gift that God gave you from a child to be seasoned and a veteran in this game, still open to people as if you were new.
For sure.
Right. And that means that you're going to last a very long time, like Mr. Grover. Right.
Thank you.
Amen. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, tell us one thing that you wish you would have done a little bit different after you entered this industry. From what you know now.
Oh man, that's an easy one.
Okay.
I wish that I had learned the business earlier. Now I know it. I know it like the back of my hand. But when it took me many, and I'm still learning. We all are, but that is the one thing that I think that most musicians lack. The one area that musicians lack. Because for example, we all know musicians who are phenomenal, who the rest of the world doesn't know, or who just they may not have the resources to put a record out on a really high scale or level. And it all comes down to the business part of it. And I've unfortunately signed in the past some really horrible record deals that resulted in getting significantly taken advantage of. So it's just a matter of that. To answer your question, it would be knowing the business earlier in my career so that I could have avoided some of those pitfalls.
Well, don't feel no kind of way except grateful. And I know you don't. I don't have to tell you something. Okay, Melanie said learning the business earlier is a good one. Yes, it is.
Yes.
You wouldn't be surprised because you're in this industry and you are amazing. You work with other amazing people.
Thank you.
I recently interviewed MC Light's DJ K Rock.
Oh, nice.
And Akon's DJ. I'm having a brain fart. My God, he'll kill me dead. DJ Benny Demas, he'll kill me dead.
Gotcha.
So, and these are great friends of mine. And so when I had them on, and we got on the subject of what is something you wish, do you know they both agreed that they wish they would have known the business earlier?
Yeah.
And those were well accomplished. They're producers and top-notch DJs, right?
Yes.
I find it more and more. I've had Howard Hurts on here.
Oh yeah, I know Howard.
Yeah, I had him on here a while ago, and I had Stephanie Hammond on here. So I have both of those amazing attorneys on, and that's something that they agreed amongst themselves that a lot of times, because they're lawyers, that people get into these deals. And my husband told me about this. I could be saying it wrong. I might be right. 360 deals. Those are terrible. Okay. So we talked about that, but I think you can apply that in anything you do.
Oh, for sure.
As an entrepreneur, knowing the business side of it.
Because business is business, whether you're selling records or selling cars or selling donuts. It's all business is business.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the music business is one of the worst businesses. It's just something else. But things are much better now.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you shared that nugget I will be asking you before we end our interview this evening on, and you could think about this, you can marinate on this,
Okay.
just something, a piece of advice that you want to give to your fellow musician, whether they're seasoned like
Mm.
you,
Hmm.
because as you said earlier, and I touch and agree, you can always learn something. You
Oh, for
never can
sure.
stop learning, and when you do, that means you're no longer here.
Very true.
Okay,
Very true.
I want you to think about that. What you want to share later on before
Okay.
you leave these great people. But as far as starting out at an early age,
Mhm,
you're an educator, you're educated.
mhm.
Can you imagine yourself doing anything else? And if so, besides being an educator, an amazing musician, what would it be?
Well, I'm a computer nerd.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, my master's degree is actually in IT,
Oh, wow.
and I've managed to kind of marry the two, music and IT, and so all the stuff you see back here, I'm a total music nerd, but I mean computer nerd. But yeah, it's been to my advantage because now I can um, do everything right here in my basement.
Mm,
As far as music production goes, and it's a lot of it. Well, most of it nowadays is digital.
yeah.
So yeah, that's if I wasn't in music, I would be doing something in IT or computer oriented for sure.
Okay. Okay. I was looking, I'm like, okay, you in your studio. I see all this going on back there.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me ask you this, Randy. Doing what you do, what is the one thing you absolutely love about being a musician?
Mhm.
And then what is the one thing you absolutely could do without being a
Mm.
musician?
Oh, what a good question.
Yeah.
Uh, what I love, there's two things that I really love. One is the feeling of being on stage and feeling the energy of a crowd, and really more than that, just um, making taking people to another place. Most of us have these long weeks at work and all these issues and drama and all of that, but when you come to a show, it's your time to just escape reality,
Yeah.
and just the ability to bring joy to people through music is everything, especially when you feel the energy of the crowd. And I wish that everybody could experience that,
Yeah.
and then the second thing that I just love is um, teaching students who don't know what instrument they want to play, and they have no idea what a note is, and taking them from scratch, and then within 2 years they're winning national competitions. I
Wow.
mean, that is almost the equivalent to the stage for me, you know.
Okay.
Um, just being able to pass along what I know to them. And then the other beautiful thing that I just recently did within the past few years is I built a studio I got grants and all of that, built a
Mhm.
state of the art studio, recording studio, music lab at my school.
Nice.
And so the kids are learning songwriting, music production. They're writing their own music, recording their own music. I split them up into teams where they create record labels, and they
Wow.
have to come up with who's their various roles within the label. I
Okay.
combine all of their songs for each label onto CDs and flash drives, and at the end of the semester they get to sell them. But the other cool thing is I partnered with this company called Youth Entrepreneurs that teaches kids how to become entrepreneurs. So I've taken their curriculum, combined it with music, and so now the kids are learning all these business concepts that they're applying to um, doing market research for their records when they go to sell them, and making significant profits at the end of each semester just through selling their music. So Channel 7 News did a news story on this whole thing, this
Okay.
class that I have, and it got someone sent it to Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr of the Beatles out of
Right.
Las Vegas, and they called me and
Wow.
they said we're willing to offer a record deal to any of your students that excel. So being able to take all of this and what I
Yeah.
do and put it in school and have the kids benefit. It's just a great feeling for me. So yes, those are the two things that I love.
Okay.
The thing I could do without is the business. As the business is just but it is what it is.
Now I hear you because you talking and you dropping seeds, and I hope people putting them up so they can put them in soil and plant them themselves.
Mm,
What I'm hearing you say is that one, you understand without talking about it that your life is not your own, right?
correct. Yes.
Okay, you understand that.
Hmm.
Then you also are giving to your young students what you didn't get that you wish you would have had. So you're
Exactly.
sowing back into
Yes.
God's people. See,
Yes.
man, you're gonna take me to
That's
church.
it.
Okay, so listen. So it's like you're God is allowing you to take your gift
Hmm.
and live comfortable with it.
Hmm.
Educate your children because your
Hmm.
child is following in your footsteps, right?
Hmm.
You are able to pour into other people's children. So you're
Hmm.
sowing seed into other gardens.
Correct.
They in turn are going to take, when I tell you you're leaving a legacy,
Mm.
you're building your legacy, and you're not only leaving it for your family, your children, you're leaving it for the young Randys because you're their Grover.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and that means a lot. And the cool thing about me as doing what I do outside of school as a professional musician is it shows my students what you can do, in terms of acquiring some level of success doing music. So when I go to teach them, I have a lot more credibility.
Uh-huh.
They listen to me and they respect me. And that's just a beautiful thing. Mm.
Absolutely. And when you can hold the attention of a young person, in the world in which we live, it is what it is and it's going to be what it's going to be. I like to say,
Hmm.
you have people that have these goals, these dreams. You've created a school. You've gotten money allocated through grants and things like that. You have people like Paul McCartney saying, "Hey, somebody sent me this." And people send people stuff all the time, right?
Right.
It's when you get that call, some people are hung up on people like, "Yeah, you who? Oh, okay, yeah, all right." And then it's like, and they call back, no, this really is Paul.
Right.
It's
Because I
like,
didn't believe it at first.
right. And so you have, God said, I gave you a little bit. First of all, I taught you at an early age not to be selfish. There
Mm.
was a strange man when you was young
Hmm.
that needed something that belonged to you. And you was like, okay, you can borrow my instrument.
Yeah.
Not knowing that that man was gonna say, you know what, let me take you under my wing and let me see.
Right.
And
Right.
didn't know, like, I influenced you, and now
Right.
you're sharing the stage with me. You leave this life. He had his own legacy.
Hmm.
You're picking up and creating your own thing, and you're pouring it and you're sowing it and you're giving it back.
Yes.
And God says, I see what you did with that little bit. So now I'm going to keep on letting your cup overflow because you understand what that looks like. And every time you pour out of that cup in which I pour into, I'm going to keep on replenishing it because I
Yes.
know you know what to do with it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, Byron Smooth.
Hey, Byron.
Yeah. And Randy, Byron just got engaged. Him and
Oh,
Jerry.
congratulations.
Yeah, they did
Awesome.
on Juneteenth. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm just like, I gotta share this clip. So
Okay.
Randy was a super sport. He was helping me with my little situation here because y'all know I'm not the techie, and that explains why you was sitting there like, okay, yep, you gotta. You're a techie person. You're all into that. So I'm like, okay, makes sense now. So I'm gonna share my screen, y'all, and this is from the concert in the park a couple of weeks ago. When I tell you, I still geek, like I'm hyped right now, just thinking about what I witnessed. Because I'm like, how did you do that? Like, I can't. And do you swim? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, I swim, I bike, and then run. I'm
Okay.
training for a couple races right now. But yes.
You ever ran with Demetrius? Because Demetrius be out there.
You know what? He's always been athletic, but I think I may have been the one that first got him into marathoning. So
Wow.
if I can't remember, but I think so. But now, I mean, he just took off. He's like crazy with it now. But yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I figured that because the way your breath control is, you
Mm.
probably will outswim some of the, yeah. Because I was like, how? I was, yeah, okay. I gotta let the people because they're like, TT, show
Okay.
us. Like, we want to see too. Okay, you're right. Let me share this with you guys because this was just simply amazing. Okay, let me go here. And I had figured it out before I got y'all on here. And we're gonna go here. And I'm gonna share. And I'm gonna go here. Okay, I'm cooking with grease now. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna play this for you guys. This is Randy Scott. Just watch this, y'all. Just watch this. Oh my God! Oh my God! Lord of mercy! Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Woo! Yes! 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 Woo! Yes! Woo!
Let's give it up for Randy Scott on
Yes!
Woo!
Yes! Like when I tell you that was just, I still, as I said, oh this is my sister. She said, "Oh yeah, I saw that. Love you. Look, you did amazing. Well done."
Thank you, Victoria.
Yeah. So
Thank
when I
you.
tell you, Randy, I'm still hyped. I'm still over here like I saw it. How?
So it's actually a combination of it's a breathing technique, but it also involves just being in good health. But yeah, it's so basically it's called circular breathing, and so I'm blowing out air. So if you can think about this, I'm filling my cheeks with air, and I'm slowly pushing the air out. When it's almost gone, I'm inhaling through my nose and replenishing my cheeks. So it creates this circle that goes out, in through the nose, out, in through the nose. So it's almost like I'm exhaling and inhaling at the same time.
Wow.
And so when I first learned how to do it, I took a straw and put it in a cup of water and tried to blow bubbles continuously like that. But you just gotta, don't drown yourself in some water if you try to do that.
Please don't. Please don't. Then they be calling like they learned that from the D and Randy
Right.
and I'm like, all right, hold up.
But so the reason why I learned how to do that was when I was in college, I had an opportunity to play at Showtime at the Apollo in New York on the TV show,
Okay.
and I wanted something that would kind of make me stand out,
Mm.
and so I just kept practicing and practicing. But it took me many years to do it where you don't hear any fluctuation in the note when I take a breath, and just trying to. It was just it took me a long time to perfect it, and
Okay.
it's something I'm still working on. But it's it's called circular breathing.
When I tell you that, and I was hyped, I said, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Look how loud I was," but I was just like, I was in the zone. And you're right. Like I think earlier that day, I was running around because I say this all the time. There's only 24 hours in a day. We
Mhm,
have the weekends, and a
mhm,
lot of people have to work on Saturdays, and they'll start it. If you have the ability to just kind of do what you like on the weekends, great. But when you're trying to be in all these places,
yeah.
it's like I didn't know another friend was performing out in Ipsy because I had already told Demetrius I was coming to see y'all. So when I
Got
found out that they were out in Ipsy, I was
mhm.
trying really honestly, how can I get out there and represent and then make it back? Because I knew it was going to be crowded to see y'all. I'm like, I need a good seat. I was like, ooh. So then I said, but I already committed to coming to see you guys. So I was like, okay, I'll have to go check out my other friend another time. And
Sure.
so when I was sitting there, it was hot. Of course, it was hot.
Mhm,
And that band that came on right before you guys from Canada, I wasn't familiar, but I liked them as well.
mhm, mhm.
But I couldn't think of nothing else when you all was commanding the stage.
Mm,
Like, you're right. When we go out, you all as entertainers, you don't know what we're dealing with, or
right.
we could just be there and everything is great and perfect in a
Yep.
perfect world. But
Yeah.
a lot of times people are going through things and they need that outlet. They don't know where they're going to get it from. Someone you and I both know, and I won't say their name on here, I'll
Mhm,
text it to you later,
mhm,
but
mhm.
somebody we both know was going through something so terrible at
Mm,
that time, and they were drawn to the music. And
mm.
when they came over, they realized, like, oh my God, this is like my family. I know. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh, I'm like, wow. Okay. So it was just like that person got drawn from what they were dealing with,
Yes.
had a moment to say, let me stop crying. Let me stop going through what I'm going through.
Sure.
Music makes me happy, and God allowed me to be drawn to it, but it also ended up being friends of mine.
Yes.
And then she ran into all of us and stuff like that. So
Nice.
it was amazing.
Nice. Yes.
Amazing. You did a
Yes.
great.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, to know that I was going to be able to have you on my show, I was like, dang, it's another great one. Like, this is another
Oh,
one of my books. And to say I've had some of the greatest people on
mm,
my show. And
nice.
so thank you.
My pleasure. It's my
Yeah,
absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.
absolutely. So let's talk about Oasis.
Okay. Yes.
Let's talk about
I'm ex- I'm
Oasis.
excited. So it came out April the 19th. However, the lead single, it's called Twilight,
Mm-hmm.
came out before the actual album came out. So I think it came out in like November, December.
Okay.
And it went number one on Billboard. So
Congratulations.
it marked my fourth Billboard number one, which I'm
Congratulations.
so
Yeah.
grateful for that. Um, and so yeah, I'm just really really excited for people to really get to hear it. I did an album release concert the day it came out on April 19th that was sold out, and it was just really really went well, and I'm just just really excited. So I'm taking this whole year and probably the year after to perform and just kind of go all over the place promoting it, and just hope people to check it out.
Well, I'm going to pull up the album and I'm going to
Okay.
play a sample. Let me show you guys the cover before I do this. I want to show you guys the cover here because I was going through and I'm like, I like this, I like that, I like this, I like that. So this right here is the cover, correct?
Yep, that is it.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Scott Oasis. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the album. So I'm going to share my screen again, y'all. Now, I tested it out with Randy, so I know we can do this.
Yep.
So, yeah. They're like, yeah, okay, TT, really? Yeah, I can do it. Let me see. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Yep, we're going to go there. Yeah, I think we're navigating. Okay. So I'm gonna play a little bit of Twilight.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay. Let me go ahead, Randy.
One thing I meant to tell you is the second single on there is it's out right now. It's called Embrace, and that one, as of last week, charted on Billboard. So it's now number 28 on Billboard. So I'm just praying it continues to rise, and so I'm excited.
We're about to do that one too. Now, which one is that one?
It's called Embrace.
Okay, y'all. I'm about to throw the cover back up there so y'all can see it. Okay, and I think Ron said that was smooth.
Yes,
Ron,
thank you, Ron. I saw that.
Shout out
Thank
to
you, Ron.
Ron. Yes. Okay, let me pull that up. We gonna get that party started too. Let me see. Make sure I.
And basically, Embrace is what I call grown folks music for grown folks business. I'm just trying to keep it real with you, Hey.
I hear you picking up what you're dropping. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna throw the cover back up there as soon as I get this pulled up for you all. I'm gonna share my screen again because I'm getting good at it. All right, we're gonna share that, and this is Embrace. Y'all can see that, yeah. Okay, you can see that. Yeah, so this is Embrace, and it's featuring Bill
Moyo. Yeah, he's a guitar player.
Okay.
Phenomenal guitar player out of Arizona.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Embrace. is okay. That is real sexy. Like, okay. I'm like, yeah. Tell us, how long did it take you to complete that project?
It took me, I want to say maybe a year and a little over a year or so. But yeah, it's for me, it's songwriting. It's like a roller coaster. So some months I'm a writing machine. Like I can just write. And then
Mhm.
there are other months when I'm down here doing like this, twiddling my thumbs, like nothing comes out. So, but yeah, that one didn't take me quite as long as it normally does. But what I do, my process is I write 50 songs for one record, and I write 50 songs. That this past record, I think I wrote more than that. It was probably 56, and then my wife rates them on a scale from 1 to 10. She sits down here and I play them. If it gets less than an 8, then it gets placed in a folder, and it doesn't make the record.
Okay.
So that's kind of my process. But yeah, I write a whole lot of songs because what happens is it becomes a jigsaw puzzle of making sure that just the right songs fit together, fit the album. So but I love that part of it. I love writing.
Brings me to my next question.
Mhm.
So tell us, what is the difference between being a composer
Mhm.
and a musician?
So there are lots of musicians that play various instruments, but many of them may not necessarily write their own music. So composers are the people that actually write the songs. And in many cases, I mean, on every level, and you can probably name any artist, they're going to have somebody who's either writing their material or co-writing it. But there are not a lot of musicians who write all of their music. Um, and part of that is because you really need to know what your lane is and try to stay in that lane,
Yes.
because some people may be great musicians but not great songwriters. Some songwriters are great songwriters but not great musicians.
Yes.
So fortunately, there are some who are blessed with the ability to do multiple things. In my case, I couldn't afford to hire somebody to write the song, somebody to produce the song, somebody to record the song, somebody to mix the song. So I tried to learn all of those different entities well enough to do all of it myself, to be self-contained and not have to spend so much money. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that and I've been studying, each of those components. Like I used to take CDs that I thought sounded really good. For example, Sting, the rock
Yes.
star.
Yes.
His records to me are mixed impeccably. And there's another rock group called Fleetwood Mac, who I'm not a huge fan, but I think the quality of their recordings are phenomenal. So I would look in the CD insert and see who mixed it, and then I would reach out to them. I'd either email them or call them, and they were gracious and would spend hours on the phone with me as
Wow.
I picked their brains. I'd write it all down. And so that was my way of learning without having to go to school for mixing or whatever whatever I was trying to learn. So, but
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. I'm still stuck on you write 50 songs. Like, what?
Yeah.
Sheesh. I'm
A
like,
lot of songs. Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
But the cool
So-
thing is I'm able to, the songs that I don't use, I'm able to possibly use them for other artists that I'm producing.
I was going to ask you, so the things that don't make the cut,
Mm-hmm.
from Mrs. Scott saying, yeah, babe, it's not, yeah, no, not for this.
Right.
Right. So you said, I got it in a folder. And
Mhm.
when you put them in this folder, do you go through, like if somebody say, hey, Randy, I'm trying to come up with a project. Do you have any songs? Do you go into that folder of stuff that didn't make the cut for you, but it's dope enough, and then they take it and then you be like, that could have been. Wow.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That
Okay.
happens a whole lot.
Okay.
Although I still like writing from scratch, like especially if a vocalist, you know, doesn't really have a concept of what their style should be. I
Mhm.
like to be able in the process of molding that. Whereas if I'm taking something that was in a folder, it doesn't necessarily fit that, you know, it's like putting a round peg in a square hole. So I like to mold the music a lot of times around the artist just to make
Okay.
sure that it's authentic to them and to what they're trying to sound like, you know.
Okay. Now, how many instruments do you know how to play?
I play every instrument except for guitar, and I love guitar. And I have two guitars. I have a really nice guitar, but I
Oh,
can't. I want to turn it over and play it like a piano because that's like my second instrument.
okay.
But I play all of the wind instruments, the string instruments, not well, but um, for some reason I can play some. Hey D, that's my boy D. What up, though? Uh, for some reason, I'm an amazing tuba player. You would never know.
Tuba? Oh
Tuba.
God, not the tuba.
I don't know if it's because the mouthpiece is big and I got these big Chicago lips. I don't know, but tuba, I just be killing on tuba for some
Oh
reason. I
my
don't know, but
God.
I never get to play
Don't tell other people that because I know somebody who would get you to play that.
it.
You know, you tell. Now you said I had permission to talk about it. So I said and I'm gonna share this with y'all, my people. And shout out Demetrius. Mwah. Okay, so I had told Randy, I was like, you don't sing, right? And I was proceeding, and he said, what you say, Randy? What you say?
Well, put it this way.
Okay.
I'm a studio singer. I'm not an on stage singer. You know the
Okay.
difference.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
But I've sung on a lot of records. Like I have probably almost all of my records I've sang at least background. But yeah, you know. Oh, since Demetrius just put up those smiley faces. So Demetrius has a new single on the radio right now that is blazing. I mean, and
Uh-huh.
it's doing really, really well.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, I'm singing the backgrounds on this. I'm going da 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 da. That's all I'm doing is da da da's, but I'm singing on his song.
Shut the door. Okay, Demetrius. Okay. Mm-hmm. You two are like, I don't even know. Like,
That is my brother from another mother. That's my
when I
boy.
tell you he is super dope, Randy did the background.
See?
Thank you, Demetrius. Okay. You know, Demetrius, I met him as the MD for Crystal P. Shout out to Crystal P because of
That's
Crystal
my
P
girl
that I
too.
met
She's yes.
Demetrius.
I love
And
Crystal.
so he's just phenomenal.
Mhm.
You know, everybody call him Crayon,
Yeah, yeah,
and he shared the story on my show because I interviewed him too.
yeah, yeah.
And it's a beautiful story how he
Mhm.
got the nickname.
Mhm. Mhm.
But like you, I watch him as well. Of course, I've worked with him several times, and we're getting ready to do Crystal P's coming back with another one, y'all.
Nice,
April
nice,
12th at the
nice,
same theater in Dearborn. And Demetrius is going to be the MD, and of course, I'll be the stage manager.
nice.
But I ain't gonna say of course. Let me take that back. I say humbly. I was chosen again for the 5th time to be the stage manager. But Demetrius comes through down to earth, just like you work with amazing people.
Mhm.
Don't talk about it, be about it type of deal.
Yep.
And it brings me like this full circle. Like I had said, I met you initially and officially at Demetrius' concert that he did. That was amazing, sold out, kick-ass show.
Yes, yes.
And Skinner, everybody was there.
Mhm.
Have you ever thought about, or you may have done it already, I don't know, but have you ever thought about putting together a song with Demetrius, and I'm just saying not directly these people, but these are your brothers from another mother in the industry,
Uh-huh.
with Demetrius, with Skinner, with Jeff, you know, with or you know, Win or people like that, and just saying we're gonna have a full out session and just record it and let's see what we get.
Oh yeah, we've done it already.
I think y'all probably already seen it already.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
done it. We've done it many times, and they're actually all over my records, like all of them for the most part, all of the later ones.
Okay.
But yeah, we do that. That is my band. So yes, they play for everybody.
Yes.
But that's my band. That we've they rock with me all the time. So
I love that.
I love those guys. We literally talk via text almost every day.
That's what's up. I love that. Yeah, that's what's up. So I know what is Demetrius said something. He says, I'm not on too many now because you're famous and busy. All right. Now, you know what? We're not gonna get to okay, all right, okay. So he likes to go there. You know,
Oh yeah, all the time.
and you can't expect nothing less from Demetrius. I swear you can't. It's like it, but I love him. I love him. Love you, bro. I do. But he always talking that. I always, and I'm gonna say this, y'all, and this is the Grown and Sexy crew. I always bust his balls, okay? About like when you gonna let me come out and be your stage manager? When you gonna let me? He be like, when I put it in the budget. I'm like, all right, you let me come out to a show and you and brought somebody. I'm gonna be looking at you like, I'm good enough to be your stage manager with Crystal, but not for you. So I was
like yeah.
I love him. I just do that. So let me ask you this. You've worked with a lot of amazing artists, are homegrown, internationally. Who is someone you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Ooh. Layla Hathaway.
Oh.
Layla, shoot, she's probably at the top of my list. But yeah, I mean, there's so many. I love Jonathan Butler. I like a lot of vocalists because what I try to do as a saxophonist is I try to emulate what a vocalist would do, you know, on the instrument. So I try to make the instrument sing like a vocalist would sing. And so that's why another one who I'm a huge fan of her.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
My daughter got me into SZA, so I'm liking her now. So
Okay.
I'm just digging everybody. I just want to work with everybody. So this,
Okay.
you know, but it's been really cool. I did some things with Stokely from Mint Condition in the past couple years, and that was really fun because he's amazing.
He is different. Let me tell you, I saw him when he came to the soundboard not too long ago. Were you there?
I wasn't there, no.
Okay.
But yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Just took you in another direction. Yeah, I was like, wow, you know, Layla's new project is just fire.
Yeah. Everything she does is fire. She could sing Mary Had a Little Lamb, it'd be fire.
And there you have it. Yeah. Now let's talk. I know we're getting close to the hour. I'm probably gonna run over maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm here for whatever you need.
Thank you. So let me ask you, you're getting ready to go on the road. Where are some of the places that people can catch you?
So a lot of the things that are I've got several things that are still pending, so I can't really put it out there quite yet.
Okay.
But I am working on a thing in for Richmond, Virginia,
nice.
North Carolina, a lot of East. I wouldn't call it East Coast, but Florida.
Nice.
There's a few states that I'm working on. I want to do more. It's just a matter of budget, and you know, I don't want to just go out to be going out. You know, it's got to be right financially. You know, and I've been turning down some things just because I want to make sure that it's right. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to do even more than that, and things are coming slowly but surely. But I will be updating my website very soon, where you'll be able to see all of my dates, tour dates, and all of that really, really soon. So again, it's Randy Scott Online. Actually, it's scrolling about across the bottom of the screen. That's awesome. That is
Absolutely.
awesome. So yeah, I'm just please check the website periodically. Would love for you guys to see me. I just did a big show here with Will Downing
Yeah.
at the Aretha. That was
Yeah.
great. And one with Mesa earlier in the year. So
I love Mesa.
yeah,
Oh my God, I love her. What did Ron say? Get ready for the Detroit City Winery coming in 2025. Yes,
nice. Yeah,
yes.
those are really cool. So I've done a few of the city wineries in other states, and those are really, really nice. Really nice.
Now I'm gonna tell you, my very first time. I've never been to a city winery until
Mhm.
last year. I went out with the artist Bobby Storm
Okay.
when Courtney was managing her. So I went out, our team went out with her,
Hmm.
and where were we in Philly? We were in Philly at that one,
Hmm.
and I was just amazed. It's such an amazing venue.
Yes.
And so I really want to visit the one in Chicago. And I'm
Okay.
super excited about the one that's coming here to the D.
Yeah, that's cool. I know I've done one in, I think it was Virginia, or was that DC? It's in that area.
Okay.
And there was one in LA I did. They're really, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Demetri said we need to get on the artist list.
Yes, I agree.
Me too. Me
I
too.
agree.
So remember earlier, I was asking you to think about something, let it marinate with you.
Hmm.
What is a piece of advice that you want to give to your fellow musician, whether they're a veteran, new into the
Hmm.
industry, or thinking about becoming a musician? What do you want to leave them with?
Well, there's so many things. Hey, Pam English, that's my girl.
Uh-huh. Yes.
That's
Yes. Shout out
Pam.
to Pam and Shirley. They gonna be coming on here soon. I'm super
Nice.
excited.
Love you, Pam.
Yes.
So yeah, I there's a couple of things. Well, first I got to tell you, Tim Bowman and I are planning to do a I don't even know. We don't have a title for it yet, but
Okay.
this kind of a workshop um in September
Okay.
where we talk about the music business and all from A to Z. We're gonna invite some attorneys and other people in the business just to share nuggets, important nuggets with musicians
Yeah.
to help them get to that next level. But for me personally, I think the one thing I'd share with my colleagues is that it's okay to have a B plan or a secondary job. It is okay. you know, for whatever reason, we get into this mindset where we need to only do music and put all of our eggs in that basket and just, put all, and trust me when I tell you the music business is it's a roller coaster ride, and nobody likes to be broke. Sometimes that roller coaster ride, you up here and flying high and the checks, payments are coming in, but there are times where it's down here, and
Yeah.
that's on every level. It's on every level. So it's a matter of not only budgeting your money correctly, but also it's okay to have a second job to support yourself in those lean times. So that's huge to me. I think that's so vitally important as musicians, but also for up and coming musicians, it would be to truly learn your craft, truly learn the business, learn piano no matter what you do, whether you're a vocalist or saxophone player, whatever, because piano is the universal instrument around which everything else flows. And then lastly, it would be to not give up, because my last record not the one that's out now, the one before that, the Elevation record. I almost did just that thing. You know, I put all of my money and time into creating it. The record label offered to pay, you know, but I try to pay for as much as possible because I know the business.
Yeah.
And so I spent 2 years working on it and a lot of money, like 15, 20 grand. And they told me they didn't like it when I submitted it. And it
Wow.
cut me. I was so devastated, but then started writing and writing after that. Months later, after I got over that, I started writing and rewrote the whole record within, you know, a few months, and it ended up having 3 number ones, and I had never had a number one.
Wow.
And you know, I was grateful to the label because they actually gave me a better record than I would have had had I let that first one fly. But the pain of that and not having any serious success all this time. I mean, because I've been doing this like you mentioned earlier, I've been doing this a long time, and I had not had any major success until my last record. You know, and I almost got to a point where I said, I'm just done with the music business. And you know, and had I done that, I would not have been sitting here today having had the success I've had in just recent years. So it would be to not give up, because a lot of us give up just when we're on the precipice of breaking through. So it would be to not give up and not be afraid of supplementing your income while you're doing it.
That's deep. And you're right. And when you know someone's story, I could say this because I know it's not a secret, but are you a Tyler? Let me say this first. Are you a Tyler Perry fan?
Yeah, Tyler Perry.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you know the show The Oval?
Mm-hmm.
Show with Victoria Franklin and all
I
that.
haven't seen it though. I don't think I've seen that.
Okay. So the lead character is Kayron Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's married now, but yeah, so she's from Detroit.
Okay.
And Kayron is a hell of an actress.
Mm-hmm.
She was here. She did a lot of productions, her plays, and I've worked with her on several plays. That's how I met her. And so we stayed in connection when she decided I'm going to venture off and go step out on faith, and I'm going to move to California and, you know, tapping into the acting thing, got her real estate license, doing real estate out there. Then she turned around and said, you know what? I'm about to pivot. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to go down there. She's doing her thing down there. And then it was just like, you know what? Things ain't working out the way I thought they would. I think I'm just going to quit this whole acting thing. I'm going to focus on my ability to sell houses and properties and things like that. Mm-hmm. That is when she got the call from Tyler Perry Studios. Mm-hmm. Right before she decided, I'm about to quit. I'm you know what? I'm just going to quit. I'm not going to do this anymore. Mm-hmm. So many people. And when she told me that, and I've been trying to get her on here, but, you know, I understand the politics of things when you belong to a higher agency and you got to go through all these. It's like, all right. Yes. And because I ain't syndicated.
Right.
I respect it and I love her. We still kick it.
Sure.
But it's on the level of to hear her truth in that, to say, you know what, I was right at the cusp of walking away.
Yes.
Because I was tired. I used my gifts. I've done this. I've done that. I paid my dues. I don't got no more in me. And somebody like, they spoke your name. And I always tell people, your name is spoken in rooms that you haven't even entered yet. You don't even know about it.
Yeah.
So for you to say that, to not give up, to keep on going, sharpen, you know, iron sharpens iron, right?
Yes.
So allow your craft to keep perfecting it.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing about your persistence, like you invested in yourself. And that's one thing I think sometimes we get afraid to do. We want everybody to invest in us. Hey, support me and do this. But what are you doing? What do I see you doing? Believing and giving your all into your own. If you want me to be a supporter, I need to see you putting in that blood, sweat, and tears, because I'm like, you know what? You grind.
Right.
And I'm going to support you, if nothing else. Right.
Yes.
That's Randy keeps me together.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes along with what I'm trying to teach my son. My son is a baseball player, and he gets quite frustrated when things aren't going his way. And I told him, Jordan, I want you to think about this. I have done, at that time when I've had this conversation, I had done 7 albums. I said, now one album has 10 songs on it. So that's basically 70 songs. And I said, I didn't have real success until the 70th song. So basically, in a sense, I have failed 60 something times. I said, but I never gave up. I kept, and I said, you've got to apply that to everything you do, especially baseball, when the batting average is a good batting average is what, 300 or 500? I don't know. So, but yeah, it's I just consider myself to be very, very blessed that and I know that every single thing that I've done, all that I'm doing, everything I have is all because of him. So I'm just grateful.
I'm grateful that you are a believer. You're a man of faith, and
Indeed.
God knows when he's gifted people like you and Demetrius and Pam and other amazing artists like Beth,
Yeah.
Mark. We know a lot of folks, right?
Yes.
We know the same people.
Yes.
And even someone, I'm not a musician, right? But I'm in the arts in a different form. I'm the person that will come in and work with the artist to help you be as dope as you need to be.
Yes.
I come in to relieve the stresses so you can focus on what you're supposed to do. And that's a gift in itself, because it's my job to know what it is you need and be able to get it for you either before you tell me you need it, or I'm looking at you and like, what you need for? Okay, I got you, because you're learning it. So when you stay the course, I think that's dope. And the advice that seasoned veteran people need to use, people that's just getting into it. Pam said, Randy has been consistent from the moment I met him. His character, kindness, and musical genius has taken him all over the world. An amazing human. Yeah. Pam is amazing too. Now
Pam is amazing. She's on a ton of my records. She's on a ton of my records. And then we've worked together a lot. She's phenomenal songwriter, vocalist. The list goes on.
And educator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, look at Demetrius trying to
He is the real deal.
He like, let me push her over on Randy now.
No, I got it. I shoot. You just got co-signed, so I'm gonna be calling you.
Thank you, Demetrius. And then he said, Pam is crazy talented. Yes, she is.
Yes,
and just humble.
Yep.
Shirley. Oh my God.
Yeah, Shirley. Yep. Absolutely. And see, a lot of people don't realize Detroit has the best musicians. I literally have played all over the entire world.
Yeah.
And from here to Dubai. And
wow.
There was a time when Tim and I were going to all of the major cities in the US and picking up bands to learn the music and play shows. None of them compared to Detroit. Period. None of them compared to Detroit. It's a vibe. It's a flavor. It's kind of like Laurie's. It's. You heard of Slap Your Mama season?
Yes.
That's what Detroit is. It's that Slap Your Mama sprinkled on that nobody else has. So
yeah, you're right. We do it different. And one thing I can say about us Michiganders, right? We're resilient. Yeah. We will figure it out. We will make it happen.
Yeah.
We work well under pressure. You know what, Demetrius? Nobody's studying your typos. We got what you said.
I am. I was going to tell him about it after this.
Let me put it back up here. See that we didn't even notice it. I was going to let this go, but now you got Randy started. He about to come on over there. But we are unique. I don't know what it is about us from the D, like the dressing, the clothes, the cars, the hair, the music, the acting. but yet people don't like to put the spotlight on us. It's almost like we got to go to other cities, other states, other countries to be appreciated. Sometimes we don't support our own right here. Now, I know that's a problem worldwide, but sometimes we do not support our people like we should. And we could, you will support somebody you don't know, but you won't support. I won't buy your project, but I'm gonna go buy the Notebooks project. Because I don't know why. Like, why not?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. That's not our thing. That's not our story. But I'm excited, Randy. I appreciate you letting me have time with you and let me run over my hour. I said that in my disclaimer. I was like, because I want you to come back. And I want you to be like, TT, no, because last time you held me hostage.
No. Anytime. I really appreciate you having me. Thank you.
You are absolutely welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you guys this album cover again. Okay, this is Randy Scott, Oasis. We're going to play, what do you think I need to play for them on our way out, Randy? What off of Oasis? What
let's try the first track.
Twilight? Oh no, Fixation.
Fixation, maybe.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, y'all. So that's the request. We're gonna do Fixation on our way out. And then I'm gonna let you be free tonight, Randy. But after Fixation comes on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because I know I got listeners from all age brackets as well. We're going to, Lord, be careful, Randy. We won't over 90 minutes. You know what? Oh, Demetrius, you coming? Okay. I see how you're acting. You're acting out in front of company. Okay. I love him. And he's right. I kidnapped him an extra 90 minutes. But I ain't going to do that your first time. Not your first time. Maybe next time.
Thank you, Ron. I saw your comment.
Yes, Ron. Thank you. Demetrius crazy. I can't.
I know.
Pam, don't be joining in, Pam, with them. Don't do it. I love them. This whole family on here tonight.
Indeed.
Yes. So we're gonna play Twilight, and then I'm gonna go in and play something. I think I have it pulled up from your first project. We talked about it. Elevation.
Okay.
I think I have that. Don't hold me to that, y'all. But I think I have it. I saw it. But definitely, we're about to play the first Fixation from Randy Scott's Oasis CD. You guys got to go out and support it. Right here, you see it on the screen, randyscottonline.com. Randy, before I play this and start playing some of your music on our way out, I want to just, again, thank you publicly for taking time out of your evening. I know you're prepping to do a lot. You got a lot going on.
My pleasure.
And just thank you for what you do for our younger people and helping them get to where they can only dream to go. So I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome. Oh, he said Northern Lights?
Yeah, Demetrius produced that one. That's why he's saying Northern Lights. Off of the Oasis record. I'm
going to play that too. Look at here. We have a request. Okay, I could do that. Okay, we're going to do a request. Y'all, listen, we're going to do Fixation, and then we'll do Northern Lights. So I'm going to play that. So that you see that's the two orders. What do you got, Thumbs? Right, Pam. Right. Pam, you got any requests on the Oasis? Like, throw it in the comment. Forget it. I'm gonna go on and do a little sample for everybody. So, for real, we're gonna play a couple of your songs, obviously, Randy, on our way out. It is, again, thank you so much for your time tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna share my screen. We're going to Fixation first. What Pam said, she said, whatever you play, I love. Absolutely, Queen. Yay. I love this family. All right, ladies. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll share my screen. We're going to Oasis. Yes. And then we're going to go over here. And I'm going to go over here and navigate this. And we're going to do Fixation. All right, now on to the next one. Next up, according to Crayon, we're gonna do Northern Lights. Okay, now I'm gonna pick one that I liked, and it's called Paradise. And then
Yeah.
this is also from Oasis. Woo,
Thank
baby.
you, Toya. Saw your comment. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Toya said nice. I know. Okay, let me stop sharing. I think I'm able to do. Let me see now. Nah, you would think I'm not the technology person, but I think I can. No, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring Brent. I'm gonna have to bring Randy back because I wanted to pull up from your first album, and when I had all those windows open, I must have got rid of it so I could open that back up. But that's okay. That's
No
okay.
worries. No worries.
Worries. On our way out, y'all, we're going to play the Grown and Sexy one, the Embrace, and that will take us out for Tap In Tuesday. I want to thank you guys for tuning in with us. Randy Scott is in the building. He
Thank
allowed
you.
me to kidnap him over Y'all know the song. No, it's 26 minutes into it. I know your wife gonna be like, I thought you said this was gonna be. I know Miss Scott.
Nah,
I am
not
so
at all. Not at all.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me, Queen.
Not at
But,
all.
yeah, so we're gonna play Embrace. Again, this is from Oasis. This project, you can get it directly from randyscottonline.com. Randy, I know you said you're gonna update your tour dates on there. So that's another way if you guys want to follow what's going on. Follow Randy. All your social medias, are they all Randy Scott?
Yeah, basically. So Instagram, Randy Scott 5454.
Look at you knowing them numbers, because when I was tagging, I was like, what? Is this the thing? But I was like, no, it's the real Randy Scott. Okay, yeah, okay. So I appreciate it. And we're going to, if you don't mind, throughout, I like to keep different artists' music and play it throughout my shows sometimes.
That would be great.
I'm going to play for the top of the morning. I'm going to open up with Embrace in the morning. On the top of the morning show, I'm going to do that.
Nice.
And then I'll just talk about your gift will make room for you. Demetrius, I think I'm going to pull some from yours as well, too, since you on here starting trouble. So, yeah, again, salute to you, King. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we close out, this is the album cover, so you can see what it looks like. We're going to bid you a farewell, and we're going to head up out of here, but this is from the beautiful project Oasis, okay? Share my screen again because I'm getting crafty with it. And we're going to play on the way out. Embrace. Here we go.
Thank you.